I love being a stay-at-home
I know,
mom.
because you don't miss a thing.
No.
We've been very blessed and very privileged to be stay-at-home moms.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 children. I have a boy and a girl, 15, or almost 15 and almost 13-year-old.
And I have 2. I have a 17-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son who looks like he's 18.
I know, he's so tall.
You've been a stay-at-home mom.
I've been a stay-at-home mom since my kids were born. But I've also worked as well. I've worked part-time most of the time. If I'm not home full-time, I'm working half-time. You've worked a little bit though, as a stay-at-home mom.
I was a teacher, and then when I got pregnant, I was a stay-at-home mom with my kids until I taught piano lessons. I was still working from home though. So everything I've done part-time, I've always done primarily from home. I've never really had an out-of-the-house job. So that way I could still be here for my kids, even when I was working.
Yeah. Did your kids always, did you always homeschool your kids?
No, my kids went to Ripon Christian for a couple years until I felt a strong calling to homeschool them. And one of the coolest things about that is at first it was really hard to spend all that time with my kids. Wait, they're still here. Wait, tomorrow they're going to be here. It was an adjustment for all of us. But eventually we really enjoyed hanging out together. You know, so it created a great relationship.
Yes. When they're little, you find that you're just solely focused on them, being with them 24/7, being the picker-upper of the little toddlers and the little babies and the toys everywhere. And when you're not working at the same time, it kind of feels like a lot. And I think that's why I started working for a little bit, because I needed to find myself a little bit, I just need to get away first a little bit.
You're the type of mom that can do the toddler thing 24 hours a day. More power to you. But I will tell you, that's when I started writing. That's when I started crafting. I was teaching piano lessons. And it didn't take away from what I was doing with my kids, because I usually did it when they went to bed. But those were other things that fulfilled me and made me feel a little more multifaceted as a person. Yeah. So
I also feel like being a stay-at-home mom creates very organized and well-oiled machinery when you're talking about your household. We're great multitaskers and making sure that our houses are run smoothly. I appreciate everyone who can do that in a great way, because sometimes I fail at that half the time too.
Yeah, do you know what you're serving for dinner tonight?
I don't.
Me neither.
Or what is the best experience that you've had as far as being a stay-at-home mom?
Well, my own mom was a stay-at-home mom until the time I was in junior high.
Really?
Yeah. And it created a security for me going to school and such with anxiety. I was, I guess, a highly nervous kid. But knowing my mom was going to be there for me if I needed her was a really good feeling. But she was also the one who taught me that there is no higher calling than to be a mother. And I've always, since I was little, felt like I've always wanted to be a mom. You know what? That is a great thing, because my mom told me that's a really high calling in a woman's life. And so for me, I've never felt anything but pride in being a mom. I mean, except for when I fail. But you know what I mean? This calling as a mom has always been important.
And you do it so well.
Sometimes.
No, but let me tell you this, because we as moms, we carry a lot, right? We carry a lot. And we think we're not doing a good job sometimes, and our kids will tell us, they'll be mean and tell us that we're not doing a good job. But you are doing a good job. You fed them today. You put a roof over their head. You loved them in so many different ways. That's just a blessing.
Something else I learned was we see all our shortcomings, but the fact that you have a heart for your children and a heart for your home goes a long way, because there are a lot of people who don't care. So if you are concerned about whether you're being a good mom, that already shows that you're a good mom, because you care about that.
Yep, I agree. I could not agree more.
So what is the best thing for you as a mom? What's the best part of being a mom?
The best part about being a mom is, I've always thought about this. I love that I've never had to miss anything. I love always being there for every activity, for every sports activity, for their first steps, for all of their firsts. I've always been there. Accessible, ready, cheering on, all of it.
Yeah, I agree. I like having been in the classroom when they were in school. And, well, I don't like being there for algebra now to teach. But, I mean, everything else. I've loved being there when they haven't felt well.
Yeah.
When they have needed me, when they needed me in the classroom. I just like being there for them.
Yep, that's been the best part.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for more.
Well, here's cheers to being a stay-at-home mom.
Yay!